morning, and welcome to another amazing episode of the People's Rebuttal Podcast. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good
Morning,
morning,
man.
my brothers.
Good morning, listeners.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. The People's Rebuttal Podcast.
Yeah, man,
I'm
we
your
way
co-host,
overdue,
Von
man.
Solo, on here with my brothers Milk and Chocolate.
Yes, in that order.
Well,
Good
that's
morning,
really
brothers. I
white
miss y'all.
chocolate. Well, that's really white chocolate. It got and fudge.
Yeah, fudge. I take fudge. I take fudge. Take fudge.
How you guys doing this morning?
Good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm up ripping and running, man. It's another good day to be alive, you know. We got a couple of different aromas that are coming around right now, and that's the aroma and smell of school, and
Oh, I
also
thought you were going to say burn ass.
no,
It's hot. Just
no,
assuming you
and
burnt
we
ass.
got the football season coming up.
America.
Well,
Yeah. What?
yeah, I don't know. I got a text message, man. I got a text message. I think
That bad?
I think one of my ACs that went out.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Not in, no
Oh.
AC in
Yeah,
Texas.
upstairs, not in my room.
You say upstairs, not in.
That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
Thank God for multi-units, right?
Right,
Not in that house.
right.
Yeah, Zach,
Uh,
what you got for me this morning, baby?
I don't know, man. Oh, I know. I texted you that thing the other day.
I thought it was quite interesting.
I know what Mafia gonna say. Well, at least he hustling. But come on, Mafia, what you got to say about the random dude in the bathroom selling random shit?
So the first thing came to mind was Uncle Bo, right?
You had an uncle that
And
did that.
no, he didn't do it. I'm talking about my uncle that we interviewed, and that's coming off of 14-year prison sentence. That man, if this job came about, could he turn it down? You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he can. And so that may be, as you mentioned all the time, one of them leap pad, one of them level up jobs to where, okay, you may start here. That doesn't mean that you have to finish here. And so that was my whole mindset about it. That yeah, it's a sit job for some. For some shit, it could be life changing. Or it could be that one thing that they need in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about. I don't think I've ever seen one of those guys as an employee. Most of the time, they are. They just go in there and they do it.
Instead of okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't understand the structure of it. Like I was just thinking about that as I was talking. Like, well, do the whatever the facility or what have you pay them an hourly thing to come in and do this kind of stuff? Like I
No, no,
didn't
no,
think
no.
about that
Those
until
guys
I
are.
was talking.
Yeah, no, no, no. They're basically just contractors, and some dude who basically says, "Hey, can I go into your bathroom and hawk my services?" So, but what's the rule? What's the tipping rule on that, Vaughn? I'm just assuming you're frozen because nobody can hold that face that long. Hey, smile. I'm about to say, nobody can hold that
yeah,
face that long.
yeah. I know how to hold it.
Yeah.
My man.
So what's the tipping rule, Mafia? Help me
The
out.
tipping the tipping rule, what do you mean?
You talking about for the bathroom attendant?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's like some standard or, you know, I feel if I go in and hell, he hand me paper towels and soap and wipe off my back, you know what I'm saying? He dust your back, or I partake in some of his mints or Starburst or what have you. Man, why not hit him off? You know what I'm saying? At least,
No, no, no.
I,
So break those down.
okay.
Right. Let's break them down into pieces.
Hmm.
So first of all, if he hands you, if he turns the faucet on, gives you soap, and then hands you a paper towel,
Mhm.
all of which we teach 5-year-olds to do by themselves.
Mhm.
How much? I mean, do you have to tip him? I mean, I can turn my own fucking water on. I can get my own soap, and I gotta wait for him to give me my soap because he's like, he waits till I hold my hands out before he gives me my. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So we're literally talking turning the water on. By the way, I had to turn the water off myself. Turn the water on, squirt soap in my hand, and basically rob the paper towel thing. So he's the only one that got fucking paper towels. Am I supposed to tip him?
Yeah,
Do what?
that's dirty shit.
Yep. Hell no. I always hated those tips, bro. That's what David said. Look here, Max
BS.
Hedrum. Yeah, Max Hedrum, we can barely hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you though.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
You couldn't hear me?
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you.
On your Wi-Fi? Oh, he just jumped off. So, but that's my point. I give the dude. I mean, that's all he does. He turns the water on, puts soap in my hands, hands me a paper towel, which he jacked out of the fucking paper towel dispenser. And am I supposed to give him money? And if so, how much? You're muted. Mafio.
I wouldn't say that you're supposed to, but I think about it in the sense of if you go to a restaurant, you know what I mean, and you have a server, do you have to tip them?
No, but etiquette give you. I mean, they're providing you a service that you're not providing yourself.
Okay.
David says it's a $1 standard. I'm keeping that fucking dollar, David. I mean, no, I'm not doing it.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was opening on other apps and stuff. That's what happened.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I go to his cologne, which is probably some janky, watered down shit. If I get his gum or his mints, sure, I'm gonna give him $1. But if he's providing a service that a 5-year-old can provide, I'm out. And by the way, if you don't think I won't wipe my hands on my pants or shorts, you got me fucked up. If you stole all the paper towels and I can't get no, I will wipe my shit on my fucking pants.
Who said he stole the paper towel?
The paper towel dispenser is empty, and he has an entire roll of brown paper towels.
He didn't held the paper hostage.
Fuck that! I'll wipe my hands on my pants.
What if the establishment didn't have no paper towels and he brought his and put his stack on the table?
No dude like that goes out and buys commercial grade with that end to it, the little end that goes in that dispenser.
I'm just saying, man.
It is a little ridiculous. Well, let me ask you this, Zach. Where were you at when this happened?
A place.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of place? Was it a club or what?
Sure. Kinda. Sure. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
The reason why I'm asking because yes, it does matter because you're not going to see that bathroom attendant unless it's a place where you're going to see it in clubs, mainly nightclubs where, most of the time, there's definitely a party going on and people are going to be most of the time dressed pretty decent. So they bring these people in to, into the bathrooms to help. And of course, they're going to have a greater chance of getting a tip if it's in a club setting. But what I don't like is, like you're saying, if it's similar to valet service, you should offer self-serve too. You can't hold the napkins hostage.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Trust me, I tried to go to a different sink.
Mm-hmm. He follows you right over there, huh? And we get and see and when that bathroom attendant's in there, It's like you got a little anxiety when you go in the restroom. Now you got to have an extra fucking conversation when you go to the restroom.
Well, and I disagree with just the nightclub. I mean, House of Blues had them. If it was like a fancy event, a lot of high-end hotels, which usually those guys are paid by the hotel, and those are the guys that have lint brushes, the shit that you actually need when you're wearing a suit. If you come in, you got a stain on your shirt, and I mean on your tie or on your shirt. That dude actually has cleaning supplies. He'll say, "Hey, man, if you take off your towel, clean it real quick." And they have a little press in there. In the really nice hotels, the really nice, venues that are having, weddings, fancy dinners, whatever the case may be, they have those guys, but they actually provide a service. I got a stain on my towel, but he's not going to chase you around the bath. He didn't steal all the paper towels out of the paper towel deal. It's fucking crazy. But I mean, I didn't tip him. I'm not. I absolutely refuse.
And that's your discretion, Zach. You know what I'm saying? I think like whether it's upscale or bottom of the fucking barrel, it's a service being offered, and how you perceive this service. At the end of the day, it's a service, bro. You don't have to do nothing.
I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna offer the service of cleaning your hands 1,000,000 times a day, and that way you have to pay me $1 million a day. It's literally an unneeded service.
But it's a service.
Right, but you could put a sign, valet service or attendant service on 2 of the sinks and leave one that's self-serve. Like Vaughn said.
How about you have that conversation with the next time you see one of the motherfuckers with him and do something like that?
I don't want to talk to him. No matter, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't want to talk to that motherfucker. What makes you think I must stop and talk to that man? I'm in it. I'm literally going in there to use the bathroom. I'm not in there to have a conversation with him. I know Mafia will go walk in there and start having a million conversations, but that's not me. I don't need to have that conversation. He does not
it's
provide.
Not so much that I'm gonna go in and have a conversation. If you have a situation
that I care about.
Hey, you don't. Exactly. You're the one with the situation with it. You know what I'm saying? You're the one.
No. I actually just asked you how much you should pay.
I mean, it's to the discretion. You know what I'm saying? People said that in the service world that there's a standard that you should pay 20%. Some say 25%. Bro, I worked in that world for years, and that wasn't what it always was. But I mean, shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But they're providing you. How are you comparing somebody who's actually bringing you food and creating a service? It's not like you can go back to the kitchen and say, "Hey, I want some oodles and noodles, and I'm gonna go get me." And then it's not a self-service thing. You can't say the reason you go to that restaurant is to be provided a service. You don't go to McDonald's. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do tip the person who takes your order at McDonald's. I have no idea. But you go to a restaurant to be provided a service knowing that you have to tip. I don't walk into the bathroom thinking I got to tip somebody to wash my hands. I mean, and so my question wasn't, I'm not trashing the dude. I like I said, I knew exactly what you were going to be. Oh, he's in there hustling. And I give him credit for
that. I'm here, but I'm hearing Max Headroom again. Okay.
From me? I think it's you. Cause I'm on full blown Wi-Fi. You go hear Max, or are you hearing it from chat or Vaughn?
Me?
Oh, I'm hearing, but again,
is that me?
Oh, and there's Mafia. Man, where are you hanging out? Yeah, I just heard. Yep, see, there goes Mafia. He trying to blame everybody else. Look at that dude. Oh, and there goes Vaughn with the sitting face. All right, so the point of this, and yeah, David, I remember when we used to have him at the HOB sometimes, but again, that was a different, it was where you're at and what, providing a service. The lint brush, it wasn't he stole all the paper towels, to dry your hands and, crap like that. So that's where I got from it. All right, guys. So Vaughn got.
I just think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that if they're going to be in the restroom, they should be like on the side, if somebody wants to use them, don't impede, or on some person's bathroom experience by forcing the service on them, and then you put me in a position where I gotta think whether I want to tip you or not. You should have like you have parking with valets.
Vaughn,
You
we
know,
can barely hear you. Your internet must be horrible.
I guess.
Your internet is bad. You're gonna have to go back and listen to this recording. You were like, hey, now it's just me. So hey, by the way, new podcast room. And you see the full thing of it. What's up, T? How you doing today? I guess no school. When does T start school? That's a good question for David. Hey, we're getting Vaughn back. We're gonna add him to this stream and see what happens. Where you at, Vaughn? You have horrible. Who is your internet? Who is your? Are you can? Here, let's do technical 101. First, are you connected to any Wi-Fi? No. I think he said no. Hey, no, okay. Shook his head and mouthed no. That was hilarious. No, so you're not connected to anything. Try holding your phone up so it's not up in your car. So Faraday cage rules. All right, we a little better. Hey, you seem to have straightened out. What in the world? Yeah. All right, let's see if we can hear you.
We'll cut some shit off up in there. What about now?
There you go.
I don't get it, man. I switched to AT&T last month. I shouldn't have did that shit. I should have stayed with my Verizon. I was liking that. I let them talk me into this bullshit.
Well, that's untrue. AT&T actually does have a little bit better. Well, I mean,
that's what arguable. The fuck they said. Yeah, it is arguable.
I have AT&T, but
I'm just speaking from my experience.
You have an Android, though.
What the fuck does that matter?
You have things working in the background. Even if you force an app to close, you still have apps that work in the background on Android, where we can literally turn them off. And it's a security feature that if I say you can't run in the background, you can't run in the background. But every
you can
time
do that on there too.
No, every time you download an Android app, there's a deal in there that says that most of the time that you can't shut that off in the background. So even if you tell it to force shut, it'll open back up.
So when we say Apple, it's a we now?
Well, I'm actually.
I'm just saying, so you part of that. He's like, yeah, we.
Yeah, we.
So
yeah. I'm got an Apple tattoo right here on my forehead. Now, I don't like Apple. I like my computers, with the exception of the Mac behind me, just because we use it for the podcast, and I can create videos and move things around. I'm my regular computers are all PC. All PC.
Right.
Maybe one day I'll get enough guts to buy a MacBook Pro 16-inch with, the 32 gigs of RAM that I can run Windows on as well, but I haven't done it yet.
Right. God damn it, I would get a phone call. That's why I hate going on these phones.
What? Oh, getting a phone call in the middle of your... Did you answer the call? Oh, yeah.
You can
Yeah, we can hear you. Who are you talking to? Boy, these dudes are a catastrophe today. Catastrophe. I'm gonna call David. Dave, you want in on this? Okay. See what David says. These fools got some horrible internet.
Nope. And that phone call, man. I told you my AC just went out. Yeah. Or it wasn't blowing hard. My brother said that. So the AC guy, he calls me, and my brother called me.
Bo telling you that your AC's out?
That it wasn't blowing, that the upstairs wasn't blowing cold. And I called my guy. He said he'll be there within the hour. And then I had to my brother wasn't at my house. I tried to see if anyone was at home because I'm stuck out here with Roman. So that's how, you know how that stuff goes. But I ain't that far away. So
is he doing marching band? I'm assuming that's what he's out there.
Yes, he's in the marching band, and they have now marched on the inside of the store. So I don't know what they're doing in there. I was kind of sitting out here watching them play, and then they marched on the inside.
So maybe because it gets too hot, they may have a regulation for that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, these I haven't been too satisfied with my AT&T service, but you know, I just, speaking of RAM, I upgraded my RAM to 64 gigs on my computer.
Woo! Yeah, I don't do nothing like that. I don't need no 64 gigs.
Say, man, it's all about what you want. It ain't about what you need.
I don't know. 32 for me is. Oh, I think the computer inside's got 64, but it's just because.
There you go.
Yeah, well, but I ended up finding somebody had 2 leftover 32 sticks for that computer in there, so I ended up doing that. But yeah, I'm an advocate. I mean, iPad, iPhone, they're not really, you can't hack them. But I don't use it for computer ever. All right, man. So what else we got going on? What's going on in football world there, Mr. Vaughn?
Well, training camps just started. I think all the veterans and the rookies have reported now for every team. So we about to get everything started, and you know, I think the people around here are ready for football season. Everybody's ready for football season. It's like after football season, we just kind of put up with basketball and baseball and hockey. I think we just kind of put up with it, and then it's like, but I think, you know, the real fans are in football. I mean, you know, I think people have been patiently waiting to do their shit talking, and I know that for a fact.
You've been getting
I know that for
You've been getting it?
Yeah, man, I got tons of football friends and football fans. You know that
I'm talking that you've already been getting the shit talk, and I'm assuming you got.
Oh man, come on, man. Somebody difference. You know, everybody wanted to hate on the Raiders because we took some penitentiary chances and got our guy Devontae Adams. Well. You know, like in the words of my field, is hustling. You got to be out here hustling. You know, don't hate me because my team took some chances and got who they wanted. You know, we got the 3rd hardest schedule in the league. That's how they do the Raiders. You know, that's how they do us. Why would you give somebody, you know, it's probably the 3rd highest rank because we play Kansas City twice, Chargers twice, Broncos twice. You know, I think we turn around, we play the Patriots and the Colts. I think we got most of the teams we play are playoff teams. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. But I'm charged up. I already ordered my new gear in for this year, my new Raider shirts, and so and hats. So I'm prepared.
Breaking up again. Yeah, I need to order a that Julius Peppers shirt you gave me is 50 sizes too big, so I'm gonna keep it hung up on the wall, but I'm gonna have to get me something for this year.
It ain't that big, Zach. It's not that big.
It's probably football big for me. No, I could probably wear pads under it and everything else.
Maybe so. You know what I found out interesting yesterday, and was that they're adding flag football to the Olympics.
They're talking about it. Have they done it, or are they still talking about it?
Well, they talked about it yesterday. They completed the World Games for it yesterday.
Right.
And I like that because what it does is it allows for not only for it also allows for a lot of athletes to display their athleticism in another way without the physicality of regular football. So I enjoyed watching it. It was a little different. The rules are different on a 50-yard field. They had some guys from the USA team who they compared to Lamar Jackson. He was heaving that thing from one end zone to the other one. And, it was Team USA versus Italy yesterday, even though they had a couple of Americans on their team. Man, it was just funny watching them. They couldn't keep up with some of that speed from America, from the USA. So the 40, 50-yard bombs, guys were out running guys. And then, when they got into the quote-unquote what they call the red zone, they was using their bigger possession type receivers, which they absolutely could not match the size. So it looked like they had power forwards out there against, regular people. That's what it looked like. It was funny, but it was good. It was exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be all about speed. It's going to have there's absolutely no size when it comes to that.
Oh, Big Mike said he liked baseball. Huh? I'm sorry, I like baseball too, brother.
I don't mind going to a game. I don't mind going to a game, but I am not watching that shit on TV.
Right.
I refuse to watch it on TV. That's just like basketball for me. I'll mess around, watch some playoffs if I'm out and about, but you will never catch me sitting at home watching basketball. It ain't happening.
Right. Well, I like basketball. I like watching it during all sports are great during the playoffs, Doing great during the playoffs. That's usually when we decide that we want to be fans all of a sudden. Because out of baseball season, I don't know how many games it is. It's 182 games in the baseball season.
Well, I have no earthly idea. Y'all done? Looks like he's packing up.
Yeah, he's finished. He's finished. When I gotta take you to the school?
No.
What? So you mean I gotta ride around this tuba?
No,
I guess.
Where'd you go for breakfast this morning, man? Sonic.
No. I decided to go to Chick-fil-A, which I only go to Chick-fil-A like twice out of the whole year. But, one thing I admire about Chick-fil-A is that they definitely had a customer service. They had that customer service thing wrapped up, man. You just don't get that type of service from any of the other fast food places. You finished?
Yeah, their ownership's
I heard y'all practicing me. I went in. What's that, Zach?
Hello. Hi.
What you doing,
this is
man?
Roman. He's going to be a star.
Is it hot out there? He's going to be a star tuba player?
Yeah, it's 88 degrees. Yeah, he's going to be a star doing something. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. At some point, we'll figure out what it is that he actually wants to do. But,
What does he like to do?
Yeah, what do you like to do, Roman?
I actually don't know yet.
Yeah. I'll tell you what he likes to do. He likes to sit on that game all night like the rest of the
I don't.
kids do. And text and laugh and giggle at his friends on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Like the rest of us do.
You're doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but I'm pretty excited for the training camp to get started. Yesterday, Raiders their first practice was in 100 and something degree weather because their training camp is in Vegas. So I'm sure the guys like that.
Well, yeah, but they don't. They're not inside the stadium.
They were outside yesterday.
I'm surprised on that one. I'm surprised they don't just do it inside.
Me too. I mean, I remember when they didn't give a damn about that kind of stuff, man. They had us training out in the elements, you know. They had us training out in the elements. So, you know, they wanted us to get ready for the heat and the extremes, because he was going to be playing in it. So I guess you got to think now. I mean, just how many uncovered stadiums do we actually have now that protect you from the elements, and the ones that are, uncovered, they're not in areas where it's extreme heat.
Yeah. So Kyler Murray got an extension?
Yes, sir. He got it yesterday. I think it was a 4 or 5 year extension.
Kyler Murray, $46 million a year. How long is his contract? 5 years.
Yeah, it ended up being 200 something million.
230, 500,000.
Gee Louise.
It doesn't tell you how much of it's guaranteed.
The what now?
It doesn't say it's it's 160 million guaranteed.
Wow.
Yep.
They said LeBron yesterday, over his 20-year career, he's made from basketball alone $380 something million.
And he is not worth it.
But on the outside of basketball, he's made $1 billion.
Oh yeah, look at Shaquille O'Neal, or not Shaquille? Well, yeah, Shaquille O'Neal too. Irvin Magic Johnson, same thing. Although we've already talked about it, I don't want to re-hit it, but the whole Nike thing still is funny as shit to me.
Oh, you talking about watching? Oh yeah, how he passed up on wearing the Nike, because they were trying to get him to wear the Nikes and also have some stock in Nike.
Correct, which would have been worth like $3 or $6 billion.
Wow, and he decided to go with Converse instead.
Yep, $100,000 a year with Converse. That's just hilarious.
And you know what? Nike shoes not all that comfortable either, man.
Compared to Converse and flat-footed fucking shoes, I can't imagine that. Unless you're already flat-footed.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing. You talking about Chuck Taylors, though?
No.
Talking about Chuck Taylors, though. He wasn't playing in no Chucks.
Mm.
Not Kareem, but Wilt Chamberlain was. I don't know how they did that.
You'd have to be. I can't wear Converse. That shit is about as, or those little Chuck. Those things are flat as hell.
Yeah, they're not made for people with high arches.
No, sir.
No, yeah, I salute anybody who can run in Chuck Taylors. That's all they wear. That's what a lot of people wear at the gym.
Yeah, because it's flat.
Yeah, I guess because it is flat, and then if you're doing some lifts and stuff, your feet are already flat on the ground. But still, that doesn't change That doesn't change your natural arch of your foot that you have.
No. It is amazing though to see some of these guys who, everybody thinks, oh, he's just a jock, he's just a jock, he's just this. And, again, Magic Johnson goes out and makes, hundreds of millions of dollars. You got to give it to LeBron and his branding to be worth what he's worth, to make that money. I think to me, it's funny just because of the whole, I don't know. I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's as good as everybody. I mean, look at Seth Curry out there just ripping shit up.
Well, that just goes to show that that we are in a new day and age where the way we used to make money has changed, and what success looks like, it looks different from the way it used to. I guess it's kind of the same when you're talking about trends of going to school and choosing a degree path, only to come out of school and your degree is obsolete because the world has moved on. But now you got so many different ways to make money now without actually being a professional or having a certificate or being licensed and stuff. So when it comes to marketing and branding, it really changes it up. And not only that, the attitudes of the people that are the consumer is different. So I was watching the cooking show. I watch a lot of those. And there's a ton of YouTube cooks now that have, 8, 10 million followers. And he was saying yesterday on the show that it's unbelievable that you can have a show going on for 10 years. And he said, man, I've had a show going on for 10 years, and there's been some shows that went off on TV. And he said, that's crazy, how that can happen. But, we are in a place where it's about whether or not people like you or not, your likability. And so whether you're good or you trash, look at Kim Kardashian.
Trash.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how do you become popular? How do you become popular by being on somebody's sex tape? And she wasn't even doing anything spectacular. To make guys, if you watch porn, and you're watching this little snippet of what she called porn, it was like, man, it was trash. It was.
Where's the good stuff?
Where's the good stuff?
Where's the good stuff? No, she became famous because that whole stupid thing with they had something with the Kardashians where there was the whole family.
Yeah, but she got on the scene before that because she had sex with one of the R&B stars that leaked the tape out, or leaked the video out rather.
Not the one that pees on people, right?
No, not R. Kelly.
It's sad I could say the one that pees on people, and you automatically know it's R. Kelly.
It was Brandy's brother, Ray J. I think he put the video out of her, them having sexual relations, and she just laid there like a CPR dummy, and she kind of blew up after that, and sometime later after that, it was Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But that dad and mom was kind of popular before that, so you might be right. But nobody knew who the fuck Kim was. That's for damn sure.
Well, and I don't get the attraction to Kim Kardashian by any stretch of the amount. We got Mafia trying to come back. I don't understand the popularity of Kim Kardashian at all. It seems the ridiculous thing in the entire world. Being famous just for being an idiot.
Right. Right. It's more than that. It's being famous because you're showing your ass. We know that sex sells, and this young lady showed her ass first and everything else that goes with it. And the world loved it, whether it was plastic or not.
Shit just doesn't make sense to me. Being famous for being famous.
Do you
Being
understand?
famous, man. And then
Do
she
we
got the little
understand?
butt. Then she got the butt injections. So let's talk about that. You guys like fake butts or real ones?
I'll take a real
Well,
one. Real
yeah.
or none. I'll take real or none over some plastic silicone ass. Bro.
Not none. You mean like as in like 6 o'clock, straight up and down? None.
I don't know about 6 o'clock. Can we get a 5 o'clock?
Say
Maybe
it.
4:30, 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Man,
Say a
I'm not
5 or
taking. I
7.
don't want nothing less than 4:30.
None less.
But you're seeking the 3.
Absolutely.
3 o'clock.
Absolutely. Anything you can set your cup on top of. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't. I mean, say, man, you had to come on with a little bit more. You know, if you lacking in one area, some other area got to be in immaculate condition.
Got to come up.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all look at what we're talking about. We're talking about people's attention, which is already our attention spans are already short, right? You know, you go through Instagram. I promise you, you can flip down through your timeline or on the regular little home storyline thing. It ain't nothing but ass on there. You hear me? Ass. That's what's on there. And these Instagram models, and they may not have any talent at all, but I tell you what they're doing is making most of us stop at least for a second just to see. And we might keep on scrolling by.
So a couple of months ago, I got on TikTok because Jake's wife kept sending me, like how to build things, TikToks, TikToks that I'd give, recipes, things like that. But if you don't have a subscription, it only gives you like the first little snippet of it. So I was like, you know what? She kept sending them to me. So I was like, I'm going to download TikTok. So download TikTok, did the whole thing. And then I opened it up and I was swiping through it. And it was nothing but jiggly asses. It was nothing but, and you would see these.
Was it good? But was it good jiggle?
Yeah.
I mean,
Come on now. Was it good jiggle?
I started reading
such thing as good and bad jiggle.
And supposedly there's a rule on TikTok. If you gotta, these are the things you gotta do. Show your, I mean, you got these 18 and they might be 18. I mean, I'm not, God only knows how some, but these girls are getting millions of followers, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers just because they're out there shaking their. And I don't understand any guy who would sit there and follow somebody like, it's not like she gonna shake that ass for you. She just shaking that ass on video. It's not like she gonna come over to your house and shake that ass. You're just
she might be shaking it. You and the guys that watch it are probably shaking it for motivation. You know what I mean? If you're at home married, you may need that little extra push from when you see your wife. It ain't no different from He-Man holding up his sword and saying, "By the power of Grayskull," goddamn. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We all need some form of motivation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We all need some form of motivation, and sometimes those outlets, be it Booty Talk 1 through 56. So Kim Kardashian's page, it has to get done.
What you got, Mavio?
So if I hear my brothers correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong. First and foremost, I just like to say I apologize for my technical difficulties to my co-hosts and my listeners. But I'm listening to you. I came back in on the end of the Kardashian part, right? And then we transitioned into TikTok and the showing of the butts and things of that nature. So I want to start at the Kardashian aspect. Like, I don't understand Hollywood and what all that is, but I could just imagine how that's how the Kardashians started whatever they have started and built. And so, with that being said, someone in Hollywood probably said, "Look, we can capitalize off y'all." Then they started to get the money. Then they started to get the injections and the body alterations. And so the world kind of followed that trend. And now we're at, to fast forward, Booty Talk 1 through 59. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm kind of indifferent when it comes to, body choices. But I do have a concern with people's self-esteem, because to change your body, man, there's something that you're not comfortable with yourself that's very deeply ingrained. And,
Right.
uh, that's just my take on it. From a psychological aspect, I think the world is sicker than it appears to be. But I see it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying sick in a derogatory way. I'm just saying mental health, bro. I always talk about it. We're very unstable in a lot of our self-esteem and things of that nature.
We are, man. What it is, John? Hey, Keisha. Yeah, we are, man. It's just like your boy Andre 3000 said right here above my head. Just take your pick for a nose, your yellow, black, or red, or blue one.
Bond, you loud as hell.
Oh, my fault.
Loud as hell.
Emma, what about now?
Yeah, you're still loud.
I think you're just excited now.
I'm excited. I'm in the booth.
There you go.
What about now?
Yeah, you're still a little loud, but it's fine. I get that mental. I get that we're. I don't know how to say it. I mean, I get that it goes on in the world. What gets me is it's now become an excuse.
An excuse.
It's like it's a do whatever you want deal now. Like, oh, I'm ADD, so I don't have to do that. I'm whatever, so that's why I did it. It's like we're giving excuses to people to have Tourette. I mean, imagine that. You don't medically have Tourette's, but you're getting away with doing things that are basically whatever the fuck you want. And it reminds me a lot when I was younger, and the first Debbie would be like, "Oh, well, you miss your mom," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's the reason I did it." When I hadn't even thought of that bitch in a good long while, and she brings it up, and I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, let's use that as an excuse.
Let's run with that, huh?"
And I did. I mean, she would say, I would do something wrong. She'd say, "Oh my goodness, you're acting out because you miss your mother," and I was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot all about that bitch." Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But that's what we do. Oh well, I have ADD, so I can't do that because I can't pay attention.
We do kind of use that as a crutch. We do use a lot of things as a crutch to mask some of our our problems that we do have, that absolutely have nothing to probably do with what you're claiming that you have. But like we said on one of the previous shows, was that I just don't want people to start making that as an excuse to cover up bad performances. Like when your girl in gymnastics pulled out, saying that she pulled out for mental whatever. She pulled out for some
psychological reason.
Simone Biles.
Yeah, Simone Biles did. And I'm not saying she didn't have it. What I am saying is that I don't want people to start using bad performances as an excuse. That's all I'm saying, because now everybody, it's kind of like when you watch a 100-meter race and a guy's not satisfied with his performance. So guess what he does halfway through the race? He pulls up like he got a fucking pulled hamstring. That's bullshit.
I'm going to say this. I give Simone Biles credit for what she did, Because just imagine as a golfer, we start doing paddock golfing, or what they call you get the yips, right?
Mhm.
That's just hitting a golf ball. You get back out there, you keep hitting golf balls, you keep going. You're talking about a girl that's got a yips that's going to be in the middle of the air flipping over, who could land on her head. I give her 100% credit for stepping down and saying, look, my head is not in this, and if I keep going, I could literally break something.
Yeah.
It's not like a normal, like you're running down the track. I agree with the track thing, because that's just a matter of getting out there and hustling through it. Golfing, same thing. Get out there, get past it, move on. But you're talking, it's like saying, I'm a pilot and I got the pilot yips, but I'm still going to go fly. Well, wait, hold the fuck up. Please tell me you're not flying my plane, because I don't need you having the yips in the middle of my fucking flight and murdering.
Well, that's part of it. Well, I meant more so. I meant more so from the people that's watching. I don't want the people that's watching to start questioning why these people are backing out of things. Like Naomi Osaka, she did it too, and that's not a.
But what was she?
She plays tennis. She played tennis. She pulled out of a couple events, saying that. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I think once you get to the Olympics, if you get to the Olympics and you're expected to play, and we can't replace you and shit like that, say, man, that's. If you already knew you was on the fence before you went, then why the fuck is you going? You took somebody else's spot who was mentally ready to go.
The Osaka girl was about getting even the people in the press, because that's when she did it. It's when they were like, well, I'm not here for that. I mean, it wasn't the game that got her. It was being in the spotlight that got her. And of course, that is a huge amount of damage that we do, is not preparing people for being in that spotlight. Because, in my life, nobody's going to affect me if you don't know me. Oh, well, you look bad today. Oh, okay. I don't know you. Oh, well, you're whatever was bad, or well, what about that? It's not gonna bother me. Oh, well, you seem mean. Okay, well, you don't know me, so you don't know where I'm coming from when I talk. I'm really not being mean. I come off that way because I'm extremely factual. The bathroom guy. Hey, man, I'm all good for your hustle, man, but come on, I'm not going to give you money for what we teach 5-year-olds to do. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not being mean about it. I'm not saying, hey, you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying I should be able to have my spot, because I don't want to pay. It seems awkward to me. It seems like I got a nanny. But if you don't know me and you call me that, it's not going to bother me. If you trash me, it's not going to bother me, because I don't know you. Now, if I know you, I'm going to be like, well, hold on, man. I may need to tell me, how does it, what you mean? How did it make you feel? Whatever the case may be, what I said, how did that affect you? If Mafia said, man, that was bullshit, man. I'd be like, all right, let's talk about it. Let's make sure you know where I'm coming from. I know where you're coming from. And if it's something that needs to be fixed, we'll fix it. If it's something that we just need to come to realization that we're on a different page, then we'll come to that realization that we're on a different page, but we're always going to move forward.
Yeah.
But I cannot be affected by somebody I don't know. It's not possible for me. And these people that get in these positions allow people that they don't know to affect them. And that's just crazy to me.
If I may. I'm sorry, go ahead, Vaughn.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing before you come in.
No, take it time.
When you're a professional athlete, you're expected to do extraordinary things. If you wasn't, anybody can fucking play. And that's what I'm saying. That goes from the mental all the way to the physical. You're expected to fight through things, pressurized situations that the normal motherfucker can't do. You know what I'm saying? You playing in front of 60, 70, 80,000 people. You can't fucking hear. You got shit going on at home in your personal life, all the stuff here. Yet, you're supposed to put all that shit in the back of your mind and get the fucking job done. Otherwise, somebody else can do the job. That's so smoking weed is a performance enhancer. You know why? because if you smoking and you got another athlete who don't smoke and you over here relaxed and you relaxing through your pressurized situation, you using something else to help you relax. No, motherfucking people. Huh?
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, mental stuff is part of the game. It's part of the game, and if you bust, that's exactly what I want you to do as a competitor. I'm out here to crush you. Period. I don't give a fuck if your mama just died yesterday. Great. It's not good, but it's great for me because now you're not gonna fucking perform. And trust me, you got other people out there whose parents done died, kids done died, and they out here playing. And it don't sound good, but if you don't want to play through it, don't be out there because you're gonna sign. You didn't think about that when you signed those checks. That's part of the. That's part of the whole deal. So I don't mean to sound like that, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying.
And I get both of you guys' perspective.
You know Vaughn gonna put that up there.
I would.
Yeah, I didn't want to take all of Mafio's time. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mafio.
No. It's all good. So, and again, as I always do, I just sit back and I listen and I take in the information. And I just wanted to bring to your attention to be mindful of a few things. First of all, be mindful of ourselves and how we are programmed. Like, we are operating on a different system than a lot of these athletes of the last 10 years. Like, when it comes to responsibility and accountability, we were bred to stand up and be leaders in those fields personally, right? But now
we're not anymore.
And that's what I'm saying. We've transitioned into a world now, especially with things like social media, what someone else thinks about us weighs more than, personal integrity and personal responsibility. And that plays a large part in a lot of people's lives nowadays, what someone else thinks about them.
You got to be, I've told all the boys constantly their entire lives, if you can lay your head down at night and know that that day you did the right thing, then nothing else should bother you. There should be nothing in this world that can bother you if when you end your day, you can say, today I did this and it was the best I could do. And even if it wasn't, hey, today I did an okay job. Tomorrow I'm going to make up for it and I'm going to work extra hard or do whatever. And I'm not talking about your job. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about in life in general. You're going to be nice to somebody. I was leaving Walmart the other day and I saw this little old lady, piling in these cases of Gatorade in the back of her car. And I got there when she got the second to the last one. I said, ma'am, can I help you? And I helped, I put it in the back of her car and I returned the car. She looks at me and goes, oh, and cart return? I said, whatever I can do to help. But it's the point of being able to do the right thing and know at the end of the day, man, I did the right thing. I'm good. Nobody can say, well, you should have done this. Hey, I did what I was supposed to do. I put my best foot forward and I did the right thing.
Now, Zach, take that same concept and those same actions that you performed and put it into the mind of someone that feels optionless. Like, and I'm saying someone 18 to 35, if not beyond 35. There's a lot of people out here living, bro, and don't have no definition or purpose into their lives. Like, they're so confused. It's one thing to say, go out here and make sure to the best of your ability you do things in a day, right? But some people, man, for years have not known what the fuck to do, why to do it, and who they are.
But
that's when the mental pressures come into play.
There is no such thing as optionless in my 100% opinion. I think I've told you my grandfather's theory on having a job. If you don't have a job, your full-time job is finding a job. That's 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, maybe even 7 days. Maybe you're doing some overtime. You get the job, You move forward. If you don't like the job, you got two jobs: a full-time job that pays the bill and a part-time job of looking for the job you want. And nobody says that's going to be easy. I knew a guy who had a freaking management degree who was installing satellite dishes. It took him 9 months of installing satellites and looking for another job to find the job that he wanted. There's no such thing as I don't have any options. It's what are you prepared to do to move forward? You know, somebody who says, well, I did everything I could. Cool. What'd you do to find a job? I put in 3 applications. I promise you that didn't take you more than an hour and a half.
If you ain't sucked no dick, you ain't tried.
And think about that, Vaughn. I'm glad you said that because that
same
hell that you're talking
what fucking
about.
Job do y'all have?
But no, think about it. Life has done transition to now people can turn on their phone and get a back page and do all this shit and make money on the internet. Now, to us, we like, whoa, I can't see myself doing it. But that's what the world has become now.
Are you
It's
talking
totally
about
different.
somebody doing porn on the phone?
I'm just saying jobs nowadays. Like
Hey,
your grandfather,
if you're
wasn't
okay
instilling
doing
you?
only, what is it? Only something?
Fans.
If you're good doing OnlyFans and you lay your head down at night and say, you know, I shake my booty, I shake my whatever, I'm good. That's fine. That's what works for you. But if you're out there jobless saying, but again, it goes back to the same thing. If you're okay with it, fucking have at it. No, I'm not trashing you. If you know, hey, I did every booty shake I could today. I did the best I could, and you can lay your head down at night.
So you got to do what you got to do, man. You have to do what you do.
Most depression, most of the depression that people do is due to inaction or not having the drive and not producing an action. You know, well, I'm depressed. I don't have a girlfriend. Well, you know what? Are you doing the best that you can to make you to find a girl? I mean, you're looking at a guy who was single for 11 years. I was fine with it. I didn't have
near you.
Huh?
Hey, Zach, so take that same concept and apply that to the gentleman in that bathroom that, man, that's what he knows right now. Somebody put him on and, man, I can make $50 tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I imagine that dude made $50 an hour easy at minimum.
But he didn't get one of those dollars out there. 50 didn't come from Zach Whiteside.
No, it did not. No, it did not. I'm fine with him in there.
I want you to examine that.
No, but you're misunderstanding. I'm fine with him being in there. I have absolutely no problem with that. But blocking off everything to make it his, to me, isn't. And you got to remember, I went in there a couple of times, so it wasn't like he hadn't seen me, and it was the same thing. And I appreciate the man's hustling. I'm not. And he had colognes and gums and mints and everything galore. And if I would have said, hey, man, let me get a stick gun. Yeah, I would have thrown him some money.
Did he have some dude wipes?
I wasn't really paying that much attention.
Oh, wait, man, I'm just...
So Zach.
I didn't have to go to the dude wipe section, so I was just taking the lead.
So Zach, think about it, bro. Like, it doesn't sit well with you. You think this is a mindless job, but for somebody else, like I said, man, this can be that
you didn't listen to what I just said, because I'm fine with him doing it. I think it's great that he does it, because there are people in there that walk in and smell horrible and need some fucking spritz of cologne. There are people who I'm not against that part of it. I'm against the part where, man, I need to have the option to do it. We teach 5-year-olds to wash their hands. I can wash my own hands, man. I don't need your assistance washing my hands. You know, if I was wearing a suit and he had a lint brush and homeboy walked up to me with a fucking lint brush sitting there getting shit off me, I'd be like, hell yeah. There you go, man. You know, there's a difference.
There is a difference.
But I'm all good with what he's doing.
But I'm going to give you an alternative. I'm going to give you an alternative since you say you don't want to tip.
Hands?
No, I'm going to give you an alternative since you say you don't want to contribute to the service provided. What if that motherfucker sit outside, goddamn it, that expensive restaurant or hotel and stick your ass up? Because that's his alternative.
How did we go from the bathroom attendant to now I'm getting...
Wait a minute, are we going to answer the question, Zach?
I'm just saying, though. You want to knock a motherfucker hustle, that could be his part-time. But because he's
I sure
taking all
appreciate
of them,
David.
because he's taking
I
all
already
of
put
the
that up there. But
I know. I just wanted to see it again.
You have
Yeah.
a problem with it.
So how about this? I'll give you another situation. Instead of being a bathroom attendant, why doesn't he go get a job at Burger King, Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, fucking car wash? There's a million fucking nothing jobs that give you the opportunity to still then look for. And actually, for all I know, that man is out right now looking for a job. Maybe he doesn't want it. I don't know him. And I wasn't against what he was doing. What I was against that you done jacked all the paper towels. Now the only place I can go to wash my hands
Is through you.
is through you. That is not.
Yeah, I don't like that part either. Now you got me all full of anxiety because I ain't got no money. Guess what? I don't have no money, but now the motherfucker take cash up. So how you still got cash up and you barely got a job? That's my next question. Why you got cash up there?
Cash
All
App,
right, let me throw
Zelle,
this at you.
Venmo.
All right, two things before we get out of here. First thing is, what if he has that Chick-fil-A job and he does this at night? That was the first thing, and that
But again,
warrants
I
no
wasn't.
response.
You're
That warrants no
messing
response.
up the response. The point is that he can't be my only option. Even Bond just said he can't.
All right, so tell
I
me
have to be able to wash my own fucking hands.
I have to have an option. All I'm saying is I have to have an option to serve myself. Self-serve. You cannot bogart the napkins and then make me go through you and sit there and ask me for a tip.
Correct.
All right,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If I'm chewing your gum and your hubba bubba, if I'm getting on the hubba bubba, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I give you something for the hubba bubba.
I get it. So let's roll with the perspective that you feel optionless because he's done hijacked the damn towel. Did you wash your hands?
I just didn't get.
Did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands?
No, he came out. He came out hands full of piss.
No. I think I
Lemonade.
can tell you now, if I see a dude go into a bathroom and walks out and doesn't wash his hands, I promise if we're hanging out, I think I've done it. When we're hanging out, and be like, hey man, that dude didn't wash his hands.
Lemonade.
Yeah. No, I'm washing my hands. All right, guys.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. And I'm sorry I missed
Lemonade.
that, man, but
Lemonade.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Hey.
Next time, y'all.
Thank y'all for watching, goddammit.
9 a.m. Central Standard Time, man.
Okay.
Look at follow share. Make sure you catch us Tuesday and Friday.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
They can find us on Facebook and Twitter. You know what I'm saying?